Yeah, he did a Scottish yesterday at his local game versus Celtic, so he's dead to the world today. So I'm here, and hopefully we can get the win.
Exactly. I will try as much as I'm wearing a United top. I'll try to commentate a bit neutrally, as the best of my ability.
Yep.
For the
So
Arsenal fans out there.
yeah, we have got the lineups, so we will go through them. Do you want to start?
I will. Arsenal gone with Ramsdale, Zinchenko, White, Gabriel, Saliba, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Saka, Nketiah, and Martinelli. So very much their usual starting 11 that they've been using to go on this amazing run that they have throughout the season, and the usual names on the bench, and a new man by the name of Trossard sitting right there.
Yes. So yeah, it'd be interesting if he has an impact. A decent signing. He's got a bit of attitude problems. They were reported at Brighton at the end. So it'd be interesting to see if that comes across to Arsenal. But I think it's a decent signing, Premier League proven. Next, we go on to the Manchester United team. Very similar team that we used to beat them in the last game. Obviously, big miss for Casemiro being suspended from the Crystal Palace game. So he's brought McTominay in. So he's got David De Gea in goal, a backline of Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, and Shaw. Eriksen, McTominay in the midfield, same midfield that beat Arsenal 3-1 at Old Trafford. And then up front, we've got Anthony, Rashford, and our new boy, Weghorst, with Bruno in the number 10 role. So I'm happy with the team. Are you, Boom?
Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. You kind of expected with Martial being injured, Weghorst was always going to be.
Yeah, and he played quite well in the last game. He had something different that we haven't got before, so I was quite happy with his first game. I know we drew, but we've still not lost in 10
and also he gives us what Martial gives us as well, just with his off the ball positions.
Yeah, let us know in chat what you think of the teams and what you think the score is going to be. Kickoff is at past. So get involved in chat, get your questions in. And yeah. So, what do you think the score's going to...
I predicted on the Man United app 3-1.
I said 2-2.
Yeah, I could very easily see a draw. I'm always optimistic with predictions.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see it like it was in the last game. Both teams are playing well. I'm hoping to finally see that rivalry back. It used to be such a historic rivalry. Like when you had Vieira, Roy Keane. Hoping we'd get back to those days. We're both playing well, so it should be a good game.
Yeah.
Chris,
the added factor is the last time Arsenal did not have Thomas Partey. They do have him this time.
Yeah, definitely. Chris,
a draw is as close as we're going to get to both teams getting beat, Chris.
Yeah. So, yeah, it should be a good game. I'd take a draw, but I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, apparently he's alive, kinda. So that means he's not.
Yeah. Well, he's in the background. He's my technical man for the day. How he's dining in the background.
You see Haaland scored a hat trick again?
Yeah. Yeah, good. And then a 0-0 in the Leeds Brentford game. I just watched the last 15 minutes of that. Leeds should have won it, but they didn't quite get over the line.
Of course, the robot is back once again.
Yeah. Brentford unbeaten in 8 now. I was just here, so I think they'll take the draw, especially when they probably should have lost that game against Leeds. So
Leeds are struggling themselves for wins. Yeah. They just sit out of the relegation zone on points.
Yeah,
it's very tight at the bottom between several teams.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know in chat what you think the score's going to be today, and is this put? If United do get a result here, does it push? I'm not saying it. I know Boom isn't, but I know some United fans are saying for a title race. Does that put us in a title race if we get a result against Arsenal? It's very tight up.
Roy Keane reckons you have to if we win. today.
Okay.
That was Roy Keane's exact words, saying
And he-
unless they win today, you can't say they're in it unless they win today.
And Roy Keane is a man of knowledge.
Very smart man, right?
So, yeah. So, yeah. Get your predictions in chat. What do we think? Where do you think the game's going to be won today, Boom?
It's usually how most games are won in that midfield battle. Scott McTominay has a lot to prove after losing
Yes.
his spot to Casemiro.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing losing your spot to arguably the best DM in the world.
No,
So,
but now you've been given a chance in one of our biggest games because he's suspended. You need to step up.
yeah, definitely. And he started the season really well. In the first few games, he like Ten Hag says he doesn't change a winning team unless he has to, and because we lost to
City 6-3 is that.
City,
That's
yeah,
when
it
he
was
made
when
the
we lost to
change.
City. That's when we made the change. But up till then, he was playing really well. And then Casemiro came in the team, and we just not looked back. But yeah, he started the season really well. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays today. Hopefully he's fit. He's not played much for a long time, so it'd be interesting to see. I did think that I thought he might have started Fred because off the bench, Fred's been quite good recently.
Or maybe that's just
Nope.
what he wants to use Fred as an off the bench
Yeah,
type of player.
yeah. There was also rumours he might have for Ajax. Martinez has played in that DM before. There was rumours he might have tried that as well, but I'm glad he didn't because I mean Harry Maguire would have probably started.
And plus, he hasn't tried that yet this season, so it's a bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a stretch to try and do that in one of the biggest games when you have not tried it.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you see before the game David's interview where he said it's a huge rivalry we're talking about for the past era with the greatest manager Sir Alex and the guy from Arsenal?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be interesting. I reckon it's going to be a draw. I think danger men in both teams. I think. I'm on the fence at this game. It's a very important game.
It's
both
very
teams are
easy to go
strong,
either way.
really
It could very easy.
Yeah,
It could very easy go either way.
Yeah, but Arsenal haven't lost at. Well, they've only lost once in the league this so far, and that was to us. But they
Yes.
haven't lost at the
At home.
Emirates yet this season, so it will be
Mm.
interesting. So
Their last
yeah.
game at the Emirates was a 0-0 against Newcastle.
Yeah, it will be interesting. The man Will Rashford continue his great form though. Yeah, had a bit of
He struggled against Palace, Rashford.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
I put that down to he's very greedy against Palace, in my opinion. He's trying to do everything himself.
Yeah, he's still got 9 in 10. He's still got 9 goals in 10
Yeah.
games. So he is on fire. So
But he's backing himself a bit too much against Palace because he was doing everything himself when the pass was a better option.
Definitely. So yeah, it's going to be a weird one. Do you think Arsenal are going to win the league this season? I've got a good gap over City at the moment. I think City are as good as Haaland play is. I think they don't play as well
with Arsenal's games in hand. It's theirs to lose. I'm not going to say they're going to win it, but it's theirs to lose at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
In the position that they find themselves in.
Yeah, but I just worry about that. They've added a few players, which is good, but I still worry about squad depth. It's the only issue. They've added a centre back in.
They're trying to add a right back in that Newcastle's trying to go for as well.
Yeah, and Trossard. So they're adding a few players for depth, which is good. It's what they need. And I think that's where we'd come unstuck even if we did win this game. If we get some injuries, we're screwed. We haven't got the squad depth for that title fight yet, and that's why I'm not saying we're not in it. We're not in it at the moment.
A bit of transfer news that happened just a bit ago is that the Celtic man Juranovic has officially signed for Union Berlin.
I just saw that. Yeah, I'm sure Chris is happy about that in chat. So,
interesting move for him. It's one that came out of nowhere recently.
Definitely. Yeah.
Did you see the other day with Liverpool and Chelsea, where Klopp was saying it's a little step that he's happy. Little step.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never mind that Chelsea dominated them for like 90% of the game, but little step.
Do you think there's a lot of people saying? Do you think it's just an off season because of injuries, or do you think the domination of Liverpool, Man City is over?
I think it's more of an off season for Chelsea with the manager change and the injuries that they're having. More so than Liverpool. I think there's something not quite right with Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think Klopp will be there at the end of the season? He's always stayed around for about roughly what he's been at Liverpool now.
See, I don't know, because it would depend on Klopp himself, because he would walk quicker than the board would sack him.
Yeah.
The board wouldn't even the board wouldn't even think that, so it's really up to what Klopp's thinking.
Yeah. It's all up again, like what's happening with the ownership as well. Similar to United, they're up for sale. I don't think they're going to get a full sale, though. I think they're going to get investment into the club instead of a full sale. So
also, they don't they don't really buy players as much as.
Yeah, their midfield is horrendous. As I think they bought in the last 5 years, they bought one midfielder.
Yeah, they kind of just buy one decent player like a window, and then just the rest are just people you would never expect anyone to buy, and then they try and mold that player into a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, do we think in chat that Arsenal are going to win the league? What do we think about Liverpool, Chelsea? Get your thoughts in chat. We will be announcing soon what the topic is this week for this week's podcast. But if you've not checked out last week's podcast, make sure you check it out this week. We were talking about Chelsea. Chris was having a moan about Chelsea for about an hour.
It was a nice therapy session for Chris.
Yeah, he liked that. So next will be coming out soon. We are both on this week's podcast. I will say that, but I won't say what it is yet. But it will be a good one. Also, make sure you check out our series. So you've got the new series with Chris and transfers with Boom. And also, I can announce that this week's episode on my series on our channel for the halftime analysis is going to be Liverpool, and it's going to be Why Gormy. So it'll be a good one. They're having a off-season as we spoke, so it's going to be a picking 4 or 5 games. What's most important this season was fun. Going through their results.
I bet from a United fan that would be fun to just.
So yeah, it's going to be an interesting episode, that one. So make sure you check us out. Smash a like on the YouTube and a subscribe. And yeah,
it was interesting because in their results near the beginning of the season, they were like did that, and then they got that win against Bournemouth, and everyone was like, "We're back." Liverpool are back.
Yep. And they're not.
it just perhaps Bournemouth was just that terrible.
Yeah. Do you think Chelsea or Liverpool will get Europe this season?
At the moment, it's kind of hard to back either one of them on their form. Although
Yeah,
Chelsea started getting some decent, like with Palace, and now that draw is actually is better
I
than a
think
loss.
Chelsea. I think Chelsea have got more chance, especially with what's going on at Spurs. It's basically confirmed today that Conte is leaving at the end of the season by Di Marzio.
Yeah, I've read.
That
And
was
Mudryk looks
expected
like
anyway.
a good player once he gets fitness up. Mudryk seems like he'd be very good for Chelsea.
Yeah, I think it's very up in the air with Spurs, especially with the technical director who will probably leave his role soon because he's been suspended by the Italian authorities for what's gone on at Juventus with their points deduction this week. And it does look like they're trying to extend that to European football as well. And if that happens, then he'll probably be sacked by Spurs. And he is why Conte is there. So it's very interesting times at Spurs the next few months.
Yeah, I think Chelsea have more. Like, if Chelsea can get a midfielder with the amount they spend this window, they have a chance.
Yeah, definitely.
For one position they're lacking is that midfielder.
Yeah, they're trying to get Caicedo from Brighton, aren't they?
Yeah, but Brighton pretty much said he'd be better off just continuing his development till the end of the season with us.
I agree. Brighton are having a great season. I think he should stay.
And then he's like, we'll see what his future is at the end of our season. That's what De Zerbi said in his press conference, that he's better off just being here with us till the end of the season.
I did hear apparently he's changing his agent, so I was reading. From next week, he's represented by different agents. I don't know, so if that's to try and force a move out or...
it might be. I just reading what the manager said Caicedo's better off being with us till the end of the season. Then we'll...
Yeah, definitely.
Then we'll see whether he gets a move or not in the summer.
Yep. Yes.
Speaking of Brighton, I'll take any moment to mention Evan Ferguson. Beautiful man.
Yeah.
But see, they lost that game because they did not start. They drew that game because they did not start Evan. Came on instantly equalized.
Yeah. I'd like Caicedo for competition because we're going to need a long-term replacement.
Yeah,
for him. As good as Casemiro is, and he's amazing.
We only got 1 or 2 seasons from this Casemiro.
I think potentially 3 or 4. A lot of players played. It's hard to say.
I would say at least 2. I would say 2. 2 good.
2 at minimum. Yeah.
2 good seasons and 1 all right season.
Yeah. So. And we've needed that role for so long. It's finally good. It's good to finally have someone in there, but and I think we might lose.
That could just be our future. That could just be our future transfer strategy. Real Madrid, do you have anyone that you might not like anymore? That you're kind of weeding out? We'll have them for a season.
We did it with Varane as well, but
a
few years earlier.
We just take Modric out of there. Give you a season in the Prem, buddy.
I'll take Camavinga if Ancelotti's not going to play him.
There was that rumors of a loan, but he's not going to be allowed to loan this season.
Yeah, Arsenal went in for him, didn't they? They tried to get him on loan.
And Ancelotti said no.
Not playing him. Why not?
That's why they asked, but Ancelotti said no.
You can definitely see Madrid have missed him though, Casemiro, especially in that game against Barca the other day.
They've almost missed them because you see they go down against Villarreal, they went 2-0 down so easily and had to come back to win 3-2.
Yeah, you've got 2 good players there, in Casemiro and the other French guy.
Benzema?
You know what I mean? No, midfielder.
On the midfielder, Camavinga?
No, the
Tchouaméni?
guy that's Tchouaméni, yeah. It's they've got 2 really good young midfielders there, but they haven't got that experience in that holding role they used to have. They probably could have used him to bed the other guys in a bit.
It's what they planned to. They wanted to play Casemiro most of the games and just use them as an understudy to Casemiro, but Casemiro wanted a new challenge to leave.
Yeah.
So they had to speed up their plans by just chucking Camavinga and Tchouaméni in quicker.
I heard he was Casemiro was in Madrid watching the Brentford game and just called his agent and said, "I'll sort this out."
which if true, that just shows a lot of character from the man.
So, yeah. So we've got 9 minutes to kick off here.
It just shows a lot of character from that man, Casemiro.
Yeah, definitely.
Arsenal are a surprise package this year. We'll get a bit of Arsenal talk for the Arsenal fans. They've been a bit of a surprise. No one expected them to be in a title contention.
Yeah. No one
I agree,
us,
Chris. At the moment, if we get an injury, we are, as United, we are in trouble. That's always been the case.
If Rashford gets injured, we're screwed.
That is the reason why we have Weghorst temporarily, because Martial has been getting an injury every single other week.
Yeah, it's annoying because when he has played this season, he looked really.
That's
good.
what I'm saying, but that's why we needed someone like Weghorst that can do Martial's job when Martial is injured every second week. Like I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't exactly non-existent, Chris, against Palace. The fact is, he was doing too much. He was trying to do it all himself. When he got the ball, he was trying to run in and shoot himself when he should have passed it to some of our other players that were getting in positions like Weghorst was now and again. And even Anthony, when he was doing it, like he needed to pass it to the person that ran into the middle. When it's what happens when I say when you get a bit of confidence of goal scoring, it's a double-edged sword. You back yourself a bit too much sometimes.
Yeah. What do you think of the Kane rumours in the summer?
So it's definitely something I could see us doing, but the fact is,
it all depends on our board because.
Yeah, but I also think that with a new manager coming into Spurs, he might, sadly for Harry Kane, grab him and go like, "You're not going anywhere, buddy. I've just got here."
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, who do you think? Do you think Arsenal will go for any more signings in this window?
I think they do. They're, like I said, they're trying to get a right back that from a talented right back from Spain that also Newcastle is trying to go for. So it's a race between two of them to convince.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think the amount of it is funny how much just proves what giving a manager time is. So many Arsenal fans were on Arteta's back last year. Arteta out.
They're all celebrating him this year. All those ones that said Arteta out, they're posting videos when Arteta signed, saying this gives me chills, and then people comment like, "You sold Arteta out T-shirts." Last year.
Definitely, it is odd. Yeah. Beckham and Fergie in attendance. The game. Yeah. I can't look. As I said, I don't think we're going to win it. If we can come from second, that'd be great. I think we can definitely get second potentially. Because
one of Beckham's kids is an Arsenal fan. So.
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
Not that much.
Yeah. Yeah, but if we don't, I really hope Arsenal win the league because I don't want Man City to win it again. It'd be nice if Arsenal can win it if we don't, which we're not gonna. Let's be honest.
Jonathan, do you want to quickly do the Discord share screen thing so we're seeing the exact same? So we're not off on our reactions.
I can do that.
Just go into a thing and then just we mute on the old Discord.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, how do you think? Looking at the teams again, how do you think Arsenal's going to set up?
I think they'll just set up what's been working. I don't think they're going to change their system at all. I think they just badly back themselves. The system's been working for them. The 4-3-3.
Hmm. Do you worry about Zinchenko with the pace of our wingers? I think that's the only weakness I see there on the pace of their wingers on Zinchenko.
Yeah, I also worry. I've always worried about continuously playing. He's done all right, but I've always worried about Ben White continuing playing as a right back.
Hmm. Yeah, he has had a great season. Playing out of position, you wouldn't have realised he has had a great season. Saka, you've got to keep Saka under
You got to
control.
look at it. With Arsenal, did Man City underestimate the potential of Arsenal being a title challenger to the fact that they sold them Zinchenko and Jesus?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think they were, but no one expected them to be. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of not being that naive to discount Arsenal's kind of cost Pep this
Yeah.
season.
And Odegaard, what a signing he's been. He's having a great season. Saka's always so dangerous. One player I'd love Saka. He's so good, so skilled. Yeah, I think it's a dangerous team. Yeah. Anything to add on that?
No, it's a really good team. Saliba and Gabriel has been a good centre back partnership for them this season.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know how Saliba hasn't had a chance earlier than now. I think those loans have done him good in France, but I think they could have used it in the last few seasons.
Exactly. Well, I saw like in a clip during the week, when we beat City 2-1. Like I saw a clip of a family where the dad's celebrating, but their son is a City fan, being upset.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if I eventually have kids and they're not, and they're City fans, I'm disowning them. They're going up for adoption.
Yeah.
They ain't staying, just straight to the adoption.
Yeah. Definitely. One player I have been impressed with the last few weeks is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I thought his future was I thought he was done, but where we've had to rotate the last few weeks, he's done really well.
When Course is going around hugging everybody, the teammates before the game.
He is huge.
Martinez still has a headband on his head from the.
I think adding that winning mentality from Zinchenko and Jesus though has been a massive factor for Arsenal.
Yeah, you had the experience of winning titles.
Yeah, experience in the Premier League at winning titles and trophies in this country. I think that is huge. So we're kicking off now.
I don't. By the way, I don't see the game on your screen.
Is it not showing it?
New.
Well, I'm showing that screen. Sky might not allow it, but I'm showing it.
No, I just see like the main screen of your desktop, my friend.
Mm. I have to get the stream up then.
Oh no, we're not Facebook users. This is just our own personal thing. We're not. We don't show anything on the actual.
Yeah, we're just sharing the game so you can see we're at a similar time. But Discord's being funny. So
Yeah, except I can only see like black on your desktop,
yeah.
and it seems to be
Yeah.
hovering over like the browser instead of like the actual Now TV. Okay. Yeah, it's just showing nothing. Don't think it's.
Yeah, it's not working. They must have a block on it to stop it. So you have to bring something up. Arsenal dangerous the first 2 minutes here.
And what's your timing anyway? The top.
2 minutes 23.
Yeah, you're like quite a few seconds ahead.
Mm.
Wow, so
Van Vesthorst is very tall, isn't he? He's a giant.
Crib, you want to join back? Chris has it up for us. On the thing, we'll just watch Chris's screen version of it. Thank you, background man, Chris. What will we do without your amazing skills? Of backgroundness. I'm not a big fan of the referee, to be fair, this particular Anthony Taylor.
Yeah.
You know? The man doesn't exactly fill me with confidence as a referee.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Especially when he's refereeing Arsenal games. I'm just saying. Chelsea fans will know.
We can't show the game on the stream for legal reasons, if that's what you mean, mate. So yeah, the watch along. We talk about the game, how watching it, but we're not, for legal reasons, we can't put it on there.
If that's what you're here for, just find a stream. They're out. I'm sure you have your own ways of getting the game, my friend. The fact that you're just Facebook user and not anything else.
Yeah, I think that's what I think that's what StreamYard does with Facebook. When
Mm.
you get a chat from Facebook, it's really weird.
It
Doesn't
is.
give a name.
I love the way when people come in just to ask where's the actual like thing. I've had that like when I was doing one of like the boxing show watch-alongs for like Trader Boxing.
Yeah.
I was like, I would rather not a lawsuit. And there's people out there that don't care and will show it. So I'm just like, go find them.
Yeah. Come on.
Some good passing at the moment from both teams when they have the ball.
Yeah. I'm calling a Weghorst first goal.
It's what my dad has predicted on his prediction.
Or
And the referee just tells Bruno to get up, and Bruno's angry. The nice ball into Bruno. Bruno went to the ground.
Ooh.
Kind of got sandwiched in between Ramsdale and Gabriel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Referee tells him just get up. Bruno was not happy with that decision, but I don't think any player actually deliberately went into Bruno, so...
Oh, no.
So therefore, it was never going to be given as anything.
No, it was just an incident.
I'm sure, like, at the time, like, if you go down like that, you're going to feel a little bit aggrieved, so I can understand Bruno's anger, but, like, you're never going to get anything from that, buddy.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially from Anthony Taylor, you're not getting against Arsenal. The little man wins the ball with Martinez, whacks it upfield.
Great defending by
That's
Ben
an
White,
interesting like both English internationals going at White versus Rashford.
I really like
It's going
that
to be
White
some
kit.
battle. It's a good kit. I'm wearing the third kit. I just like green.
I haven't bought any of this year's yet. I've got last year's home up there. Away up there.
I have this year's home and third kit. I have not bought the white one. I like it, but I stain white things way too easily with like food and stuff, so it would never work.
Yeah. Good pass.
Great distribution from David De Gea. It's the one criticism David has is the old distribution.
He has improved it this year, but still.
He's improved it, but it's still not like perfect.
Yeah.
Situation just yet. Martinelli with a shot that goes over the bar. Just how the box loops it over everyone and even the goal itself. Just getting the shots up, both Arsenal here, just trying to make a stamper on this game. In these first 8 minutes. Well, 9 now. The interesting thing with Eriksen, like Eriksen is a player. He's got seven assists. He's very high in the assists. I think he's joined second for assists. I think this season. But yet in recent games, even though he got that assist against Palace, but like I don't think he's been the proper Everton in the last few games, which is amazing that he's still getting those numbers up, even though I
Yeah.
think he's been quite missing.
Ooh.
Bad loss there from Bruno could lead to something for Arsenal here. They slip in, but they still have the ball, but good defending
that.
in the end. It was good defending in the end. It was a bit scrappy in the beginning, but like in the end, they got good defending. A bit of a scrap to start. Weghorst is going in for some punches now. He's ready to fight. I mean, I wouldn't want to fight Weghorst now.
He is a giant.
That's what I'm saying. If he starts squaring up to you, I'm like, oh, I'm not about it now.
Gabriel's not small, but compared to Weghorst.
Well, we have Weghorst landed on Partey for a second, and then Gabriel away. Gabriel and Bruno kind of.
It'll start by that Bruno tackle.
Yeah, Bruno just tackled Gabriel. Well, then Gabriel was getting mad, and then Weghorst just comes up like, "What you saying?"
I want to see Zinchenko next to Weghorst.
I mean, it's
I wonder
quite
who's
interesting
winning
that
that one.
Martinez has to. In training, it will be Martinez versus like Weghorst in like offensive, defensive drills. I want to see that, and I want to see the training footage of Martinez against Weghorst. You know, that's what I want to see. A lot of interesting passes throughout the midfield from United so far. Arsenal on the attack again. Martinelli tries to cut in. Does not find anyone other than the Man United midfielder who whips it out. And now back to Arsenal. Bit cagey first, like 12 minutes.
You always expect to lose possession against Arsenal, though.
I mean, it's more the fact that like Arsenal are the home team as well, so you'd expect the home team to
even under Fergie, though, you'd
we'd be. But like being that Arsenal's the home team, you'd expect them to have more of the possession regardless.
Yeah.
It's just what we do with our possession once we get it back. Where Anthony has gone on like a run, but then he gets completely sandwiched out of the thing near the end of his run. But it's a nice run from the gap. I half expected him to try and do a 360 circle. The moment he started running. It's interesting about Martinez because he got that like bad like elbow to his like head and against Palace, and that to be have that bandana for most of Palace, and he's still rocking it today. So it's obviously left a bit of tiny bit of damage to the man.
I think it makes him look even harder than he really is.
Yeah, the Butcher has scars now. Someone tried the Butcher. It didn't work out.
It reminds me of like Vidic when he was like playing with like a black black eye.
Yeah. Oh, Varane just spun someone. It was Nketiah, yeah, it was. We're trying the United at the moment, for anyone who's wondering, is pretty much trying that long pass up to Rashford. It's kind of like what's happening when we're in our defensive box. Saka has the first chance that he's had to run with the ball this game.
He's rapid, isn't he?
Bruno did good to but the throw and come back to Saka. He's gonna whip in a cross here, but it's gonna be hit out of play for a corner by Wan-Bissaka.
Saka again.
In the first 15 minutes, you
Okay.
have to pretty much say it's been mostly all Arsenal.
Yeah.
Except for like United have had 1 or 2 moments where they sprinted up, but they've not really got it into the box.
Yeah. We're 15 minutes, mate. Just over 15 minutes.
15, 38, 39, 40. That's your sync if you wanted to sync it up. Erik ten Hag does not look happy, as expected.
Mm.
We're now 16:04. Antony on the ball. Will he do a 360? No, he won't. I'm waiting for. He hasn't tried it in a while. The whole 360.
Yeah, I think he got a bit stick for it, innit? So he's trying to calm it down a little bit.
But he did do that statement that he wasn't going to change who he is, but he seems to have changed who he is. I'm just waiting for him to just piss off Roy Keane by doing a 360 out of nowhere. Oh, on the ball here, Rashford hits it. He scores!
Oh,
what a goal by Marcus
what a
Rashford!
goal! Jesus, that was a
What
rocket!
a shot by Marcus Rashford. I was not expecting that.
No, and nothing Arsenal could have done there.
Yeah, there's no defending that. You just gotta hope that your keeper sees it in time, but
It's just a worldie.
that's what I'm saying. At that point, you just gotta pray that your keeper sees it in time because it's always going into that. We're gonna see it here. Good pressing from the team to win the ball back. Bruno gets it to Rashford. Rashford just cuts through everyone and just pings it into that. Ramsdale tried. In fairness to Ramsdale, he got close to it.
Yeah, he couldn't have done any more.
Yeah, you just gotta hope that he gets to it. But like he tried to get to it. Like Ramsdale did. He did go the right way. His arm just couldn't stretch enough for it.
Beautiful goal on that.
And now he's happy. We had an angry Ten Hag, and now we have a happy one. His 17th goal of the season and his 9th in the Premier League. Now Arsenal will need to come back out like they did against us at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
A yellow card here administered early into the 18 minutes gone from Ben White just clobbering Rashford.
I like Ben White, but it's always a worry with him, isn't it?
Yeah, especially once your centre back out of position gets a yellow card at right back, you know? Especially against Rashford. Like you don't want the man going against Rashford on a yellow card.
Yeah.
Because that's a worry.
Even if we switched it and put Antony on there, just because of his tricks, he'd get annoyed, I think, and he'd go in for another tackle. That's an easy way to force a red, I think. Because if you switched it, because Antony, as much as people, I don't think he's been too bad, and he's had some good goals this season. I think people have gone a bit over the top on him, but he can be tricky. I
think Antony's just an adapting period. Like he's not used to the Prem. Some players adapt slower than others.
If your fullback's on a yellow, though, you don't want to be against him because he will piss you off.
Like he's one of those players that has all the potential. Antony, in my opinion, just like he's not anywhere close to fulfilling the full potential yet. Like he still has a lot to develop. I see glimpses. To me, at the moment, he reminds me of what I've seen comparisons in the United players, like what Nani was. Like Nani had the ability. He just some days
He's
you're
the
just not
closest
get.
player to Nani we've had, isn't he?
So sometimes you're
tricky
just not going to
now.
get the ability out of Nani in certain games.
Yeah.
He just reminds me of what Nani was. Just like he does good stuff now and again. Sometimes you're like, wow, Nani's a great player. And then some guys you're like, Nani, please leave.
Seems okay.
You know, that's just what Nani was.
Arsenal in the attack here.
They need Arsenal themselves would need to get a goal back pretty
Saka.
quick here.
Danger man at the moment, Saka on that wing.
Yeah, Saka, he's going to try and he's done a pass into because they're doing Nketiah just blasts it over.
He's had a lot of stick, but I think Nketiah has been a lot better than people thought he was going to be.
He's nowhere near Jesus, but like he is a good player.
I don't think he's the long-term solution for him, but he's done a job how.
Yeah, he's done a good job, to be fair to him, coming in. People criticize him for it.
It's easier to come in and win a team, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think if Arsenal were struggling, if Arsenal were struggling and he came in, I think he wouldn't have been as good.
No.
Would have been more pressure on him, but because they're having a good season. Thanks for everyone who's coming in as well. Let us know where you're watching from. What do you think the score's going to be? Do you think Arsenal are going to win the league? Or do you think United have got a chance to win the league? Do you think City are out of it?
What's your opinion on what is everyone's opinion on Marcus Rashford? Some people are touting that at the moment this is not my opinion, but I did read it that people are trying to put him as one of the best wingers in the world at this current time.
Chris says United will finish 5th.
Fair play to you, Chris. Where will Chelsea finish?
10th.
No, realistically, Chris, like right now, where do you 4th? You're thinking you're overcoming that much of a gap? You're overcoming that much of a gap, Chris.
They're fighting for that 10th place trophy with Liverpool. I hope they finish 9th and Liverpool finish 10th.
Arsenal on the attack here. Odegaard puts it into Martinelli, across. And Nketiah scores. 1-1. It was always going to happen. Like, they had the ball and stuff.
We were just saying. There you go.
Although I think Chris kind of spoiled it with the boo. Kind of expect something to happen at that point, Chris. Please. Like the element of surprise, Chris. Don't be.
I think the difference is they're energized with Prime.
Yeah, it's clearly the inhaler situation, but just with Prime energy. It's just that no one sees Nketiah. Kind of just at the freedom of Wan-Bissaka doesn't mark him. And you see, it doesn't exist in Ireland, Chris.
Apparently, it depends what one you get. One of them tastes like medicine, apparently.
Well, yeah, it's Wan-Bissaka, not good. Have you tried them all, Chris? Is that what you're saying? You tried every flavor? Wan-Bissaka is just not good at marking on the back post.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's been a proper home performance. You can see we're the away team.
I mean, I did say that, Chris, in like the 50 minutes I have said you have to say Arsenal have had pretty much all the chances. And before we scored that first goal, Arsenal had all the possession and chances. It was all Arsenal. Then we scored out of nowhere.
Yep.
What Arsenal now need to do is not be what they did in Old Trafford when they made it 1-1.
He's thinking that's what beat him last time. That's why, Chris. That's why he started McTominay and Eriksen, because that's the midfield that done it last.
3-1. I do agree that McTominay should be nowhere near the team, Chris, but like I can see the thinking behind playing him.
Exactly.
What Arsenal need to avoid now is what they did at Old Trafford, where they switched off and got a bit of naivety, and it became suddenly 3-1.
Mm.
You know, out of nowhere. That's what they need to avoid. It's the same situation. We score first, they equalize. They need to stop what they did the last time. They don't need to switch off and capitulate out of nowhere from being in a very good performance that it is at the moment, like it was at Old Trafford as well.
Yeah.
Rashford takes an extra touch too much there. Him and Weghorst made a nice switch together, but Rashford then took an extra touch that wasn't that good.
Yeah. Wan-Bissaka's very high, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, it's what Dalot would be as well. Like Dalot runs into the wing positions. Rashford has taken too many extra touches, making the wrong decisions. And Nketiah will get to that. There's no one back for him though, but now they're all running in. Odegaard on the ball. Good defending there though.
Martinez, wasn't it?
Yeah. You can tell by the headband.
Yeah, Anthony on the wing here. I just tell him by how short he is. Good
McTominay takes a good shot that just gets palmed.
He's got a good shot on him, and from distance.
Yeah.
He doesn't score tap-ins. He just scores worldies. If he does score, it's just always a worldie. He doesn't score very often, but when he scores, it's a worldie. It's a good save though, by Ramsdale.
Yep.
He's been a good signing, Ramsdale. There was a lot of question marks, obviously, because of the previous clubs, but he has been solid for him. He should be starting for England 100%.
Yeah, although Nick Pope is making a good case too.
Yeah.
One of them two over Pickford this season for me.
But we know Mr. Southgate has his favourites.
Varane tries to get there, but it goes over him on the corner, and it comes to nothing so far. But Rashford is trying to get it back.
What's going on?
Referee gives Arsenal a free.
Ooh. Odegaard got a bit of a knock there.
Assuming in on Sir Alex Ferguson.
And Matt George. Arsenal's. Arsenal win back. United win it back.
Arsenal win it back
Arsenal
again.
win it back.
That's what this game has turned into at the moment. Because 1-1 is just as good as like just 0-0, to be honest. The
Yeah.
game just resets at 1-1.
I said this is a draw. I'm still going 2-2.
Could still happen. Odegaard on the ball, gets it to Saka. You know what Saka's going to do? He's going to want to pass it in, get it back.
We've both got to hope that Wolves get a result against Man City.
I mean, it's too late for that.
No, not what's who's Man City's next game? What is Wolves?
No, Man City played Wolves today and they won 3-0. The next game is
Oh.
Tottenham in the league.
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
In February, my friend. It's the cup games. They play Arsenal in the cup.
Yeah. What's the for that? Yeah. I didn't look. I watched that game, so I didn't completely forgot about it.
They play Arsenal in the cup. Like we have like 2 cup games to do because we have the 2 legs of the Carabao and the FA Cup for them against Forest. After we have leg 1 against Forest. It's our next game on Wednesday. Sack the host. What? I ain't having any of this. I know the stats, Chris.
He's talking about me.
Yeah. Well, I'm the stats one, Chris. You were never the stat. I brought up the stats when all our work was. It's 51 possession for Arsenal, 49% for Man United at the moment. Which is surprising me because it didn't feel like it was nearly 50-50 possession to me.
No, it didn't.
We've had 2 shots on target. They've had 1. And they've had
The
7 shots to our 2.
Yeah, the last few minutes has been a bit keep like trying to a bit both ways, just trying to winning the ball back from each other, basically.
Bring back Chris and Boom. I know, Chris, but you're dead. But yeah, from a United perspective, it's pretty much your normal away performance at one of the top 6 teams. Especially one of the leaders of the league away performance.
Yeah. It's how I expected us to play against Arsenal, yeah. That's it.
You said to me before we came on that you were dead, Chris. I'm going by your words. Not
You
mine.
did say that. We're just passing between Shaw and De Gea here.
Yeah. We're also now and again just switching up to like whack-a-ball blog.
I'm not surprised. Have you seen Weghorst?
Yeah.
He's
That's
a
pretty
giant.
much the game plan, yeah. Bring it up. I do think in the second half we should consider the Garnacho speed against, especially against Ben White, being on the yellow card, putting on Garnacho on that side.
Yeah.
He has worked quite effectively in winning us like penalties or opportunities with his pace this season.
Yeah. Apparently he's gonna sign an 8-year contract.
Yeah, the Chelsea way of contracts, you know? We saw Chelsea giving people 8-year contracts and we were like, why not?
We don't pay a transfer fee for him though, so why are we giving him an 8-year contract?
Listen, we saw Chelsea do it and we're like, why not?
Because he's not going to stay on that contract because it's about 80k a week.
Arteta got pissed off.
Because about 60 to 80.
Arteta's been booked for getting pissed off. Oh, poor Arteta. He got so angry the ref was like, here, you can take a card.
Ten Hag's too scary. He's a scary man. I wouldn't do that to him.
Good defending there by Bruno.
You don't want to piss him off.
Not a good pass there, though, by... Arteta got a cool on his bit of anger. Yes.
Hmm.
He's in danger of getting sent off now.
That'd be funny. He's got Ten Hag. He's got the Sir Alex Ferguson chewing gum. I see now.
I had to. He was just offered gum. He's like, why not? Might help. Give me an advantage. Yeah, you wouldn't have expected him to be bucking Arteta now, Chris. Anthony Taylor. Not something he usually does for Arsenal. Now, if it was Chelsea, he'd be bucking Hughes all day long, Chris. So the Chelsea man, Anthony Taylor, would have so many cards out.
Record with Casemiro, 12 games, not started 7, defeat.
We got one defeat with
quick.
Casemiro starting. He's got a few defeats without him starting. Essentially, that stat just shows we're better with Casemiro, even though I've already said.
Yeah.
And everyone has all week.
Basically, if you have arguably the best defensive midfield in the league, you're better, is what that stat said.
Yeah. And you're worse without your best defensive midfielder. Who would have guessed?
If you have someone in your team who's won 5 Champions Leagues, you're better. Who would have thought?
Thank you, Sky Ever, for your brilliant stats. We're just passing around our entire defense now, I did trying to just keep possession a bit here. We have Anthony on the ball. He's gonna ping it across to Weghorst, but it's not gonna get him. Took a bounce, unfortunately. And now Arsenal on the attack as they spring out of their cages.
Quick counter.
Although they kind of delayed it a bit much so Luke Shaw can read the danger.
Mm.
And now Marcus Rashford will just run it through everyone. He's got into he's gonna ping it back out to Luke because he's got to close down a bit. Once again, we're back to just keeping possession. Just keeping possession.
He's 1-2s. 1-2. Oh. If you're watching, let us know where you're watching from, who you're supporting in the game.
Then I can sit down, and his assistant manager Mitchell has his pen very much in the shape of like a cigarette. No one told him that he obviously told he couldn't smoke indoors, so he's got his pen to do the job.
I see. I don't know if he didn't accept it or didn't get it, but Blackburn tried to go for our our set piece coach, the one
It was Blackpool before they went for Mick McCarthy.
Yeah, because we got him from Chelsea last year.
I think he rejected it because he just likes being with Ten Hag this season.
Mm.
He wants to stay with the United.
He's an attacking coach, and he was playing under Ollie for a year, so I'm not surprised.
But it's okay. Blackpool have Mick McCarthy. He'll get them with a bit of hoofball.
I thought he retired.
No, he's still around just to keep the Blackpool up. I'll tell you, he'll be playing some 4-4-2.
Brexit 4-4-2. Sean Dycheball. Do we think Lampard's going to get sacked in the next 24 to 48 hours, guys? Let us know in the chat.
Personally, I don't see why you keep him at this point. I saw that game against West Ham. He had no ideas of how to turn that around. And that's a relegation 6-pointer this season.
I feel bad for him, though. The club is just a mess. The board have turned on... The players have turned on the board and put a vote of no confidence in the board. The players are putting the chief executive in a headlock. That's ridiculous. Something needs to change at that club. Such a mess of a club, Everton, at the moment. I couldn't believe it when I read that. One of the fans, one of the players in it, the chief executive in a headlock. How did that even happen?
I don't know. Well, here's the Karate Kid coming up to the ball. There's the Martinez. That's what I'm going to call him now, the Karate Kid, because of his headbutt. And its tendencies to just want to kill someone out of nowhere, the Karate Kid.
Sloppy with the ball there.
That's what Martinez reminds me of a smarter Marcus Rojo. Still has the Marcus Rojo, I could murder you at any second if I want to.
Yeah, but knows how to defend as well.
Yeah. but chooses when he's going to murder you. He doesn't murder you straight away.
But 5 foot. He's too short for the Premier League. I remember Jamie Carragher. He's too short for the Premier League.
Yes, he is. And Wakehorse is there. I heard. Did you see the jokes when we signed Wakehorse? When like someone added Jamie
He's
Carragher.
too
It's
tall.
Like, I reckon he's too tall to be in the Premier. What do you think? I mean, Jamie Carragher did laugh at the too tall comment, just so he has a sense of humor, at least.
I normally don't, even as a United fan, I normally don't mind Jamie Carragher as a commentator, but that really pissed me off because it's just like bad journalism.
Wan-Bissaka pushed over. Players wanted something, but the ref wasn't. We're 2 minutes of added time, currently at 1-1. The prediction for Jono's 2-2 still very much a possibility. Saka on the attack, though. It gets a hit straight at Luke Shaw, though. Still has the ball, though, Saka. Well, he whips it into no one. To Ericsson. Whips it into Ericsson. Nice one. Bit of a scrap here. Saka takes a shot, but like that's never beaten David. Bit of a looping chip shot. And that's gonna give it full half time. So halftime 1-1. Overall, Jono, what's your opinions of the 45 minutes that we just watched?
Arsenal with the possession. Well, the start of the game, Arsenal had the possession, but it's kind of equaled out through the game. We got our goal, then they got their goal. I think Arsenal have been the better team, but equaled out at the end, really. What do you think?
One goal a bit. Possession is very much 50-50. Stats-wise, which is surprising to me in a game like this. But you look at it, Arsenal have had more shots, 11 shots to our only 2. We have 2 on target to their 1.
Yep. Yeah. What do we think in chat of the game? Half time.
Arsenal have 4 shots off target. So it's very much at the moment, Arsenal have created more of the chances, but we are the more clinical as we had 2 shots on target to their 11 shots with only 1 of them on target.
Yeah, what do we think of the goals? Our back man needs to update the scoreboard. He's slacking. What do we think of the goals so far? So
the Marcus Rashford goal was just a beauty. From a point of the game where we weren't really in it at that point, and then suddenly Rashford just does what Rashford has been.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I said, the second half, it'd be interesting to see if Ben White stays on the pitch, because if Arteta subs him or not, because Ben White against the pace of even Rashford, or even when we bring out Garnacho, is a bit of a worry to me if I'm an Arsenal.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he took Van Horst off, put Rashford up top,
and Garnacho for his pace against yellow carded Ben White.
Yeah,
that's why if I'm an Arsenal fan or if I'm Arteta, I'm worried about the Ben White. I would be thinking about taking him off.
Yeah, wonder who would you put on?
I mean, they have they have Tomiyasu that can be a right back.
Yeah. Tomiyasu is not a bad player. Look, he had a decent season last year, but he's not played as much this season.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do. I don't think we'll make any other changes. I think that's the only one that stands out at the moment. Giannacho substitution.
And later on in the game, you'll probably have like your substitutions, like your Fred and stuff. To be honest,
Yeah, I think that'll be the next one. Yeah.
I'm calling it in the last 2 minutes of the game. Harry Maguire, just for his 2-minute captaincy, he likes to be captain for at least a minute.
What'll happen? He won't take Weghorst off, and he'll keep Harry Maguire and Weghorst, and then send Harry Maguire up top. So we got Harry Maguire and Weghorst in the box, and we'll score a corner in the 99th minute.
That's a game plan, you know. That is enough.
So, yeah. What do we think the score's going to be in chat? Let us know in chat.
The best player stats-wise at the moment is Granit Xhaka on a 7.5.
Yep.
7. Gee, Chris, stop drinking. Put down the alcohol, Chris. Put down the alcohol. Nketiah is on a 7.3. Marcus Rashford with the goal is only on a 6.9. Very much that's why I showed that United as a whole are not really hitting the 7s. We're a lot of 6s. And the worst player stats-wise for United is Aaron Wan-Bissaka on a 6.3.
I will be right back. I'm just going to try that, and then I will be back.
Whereas for Arsenal, it's Ben White with a 6.2. The XG is looking like we have United have an XG of 0.11. One goal from a 0.11 XG compared to Arsenal with their one goal from a 1.12 XG. So very much at the moment, Arsenal are FM'd. So far, it's been all right. I would take this result at the end. Do I think it's going to stay this result? No. I still think it could go either way. This game is still very cagey in the result. And if it stays as this, if it stays like this, Arsenal will continue their lead by another point, and United would go back up into third place in the Premier League. As things stand.
Oh, I'm back. Did I miss anything?
No, not really. Arsenal have lost possession 76 times, and United have lost possession 75 times.
Did I miss, for context, did I miss something in chat? Chris is 7-7. You think it's going
No,
to be 7-7?
When you left, I was saying it as you were thinking of leaving. I was saying, like, stop drinking, Chris. You're drunk.
Oh. I thought that was score. I thought that was Chris's score prediction. Hope he won a hell of a game.
I don't think it's gonna be 7-7 now. I'm just saying. I don't think we're going for a 7-7. Roy Keane says Rashford is on the form of his life.
Yes. Who is that indeed?
And Roy Keane apparently knew it was going to be a goal the moment he saw Rashford about to pull the trigger. Good old Roy Keane, very wise.
Arsenal win 3-1. Fair enough.
We haven't capitulated in a very long time. I very much think it could be 3. It could easily be 3-1 Arsenal, but I don't think it's going to be because of a capitulation.
Yeah, I think no. Yeah, we're both very good defensively.
I think it will just be good goals from Arsenal that could make it 3-1. It's not going to be a capitulation.
Yeah. Compared to last season, we're both very good defensively, so I think it's going to be close. It's not, I think, either 2-2 or 2-1 Arsenal or 2-1 United. It's going to go either way.
We have another Roy Keane, that's your job line. He's talking about Aaron Wan-Bissaka, says he has to be aware for that Nketiah goal. That's your job. This is big boy stuff.
I love Roy Keane.
He loves saying to people, that's your job.
Got any Arsenal fans in chat? What do you think of the game? Let us know.
I am now myself going to take a quick break, so I'll leave the conversation up to you, John, for a minute or so.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think Arsenal slightly been better team, but I think it could still go either way. Possession wise, it's equal. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens next half. I think it's going to be a close game, but I can't really call it myself. Chris can't stand Roy Keane. Yeah, I gotta love him. I love his attitude. It's brilliant. So yeah, we are going to try and do more watch-alongs soon. It is in our plans. We've got a lot of content coming out soon. We've got the podcast this week, which will be announced soon. This week's topic will be interesting. We had last week where Chris had his counselling session on Chelsea. Very good podcast. Make sure you check it out. Yeah, an interesting podcast this week, and we've got on Tuesday. We've got my next episode of my series where we've got Mr. Gormy coming on to speak about his beloved Liverpool and their disaster of a season so far. We've got Chris's news series coming out and some transfer videos from Boom and much more. So make sure you check out all our stuff. Smash a like button, smash the subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube. A lot of stuff to come in the future. Really exciting times with who we've added to the team. So yeah, we've got a really strong team now. So some really good content coming up. Yeah, so people in chat, what changes would you make at halftime? Let us know in chat. So, yes, I think it can go either way. What do we think of the other results this weekend? How did your team do? Let us know who you support. Haaland getting back to his normal earlier today, 3-0 against Wolves. Hat-trick. Still have him as my captain on fantasy football, so get some points there. So, yeah. Let's see if we can. So, yeah, but total shots level. Arsenal way on top with 11-2. Possessions really close. Same amount of shots on target. Off target, Arsenal have 4 compared to our 0. 5 blocks to 0 for Arsenal. 82% passing accuracy compared to 79.1 for Arsenal. Clear-cut chances 1 for Arsenal to 0 for us. Corners 6 for Arsenal to 1. Yes, so Arsenal slightly been on top, but this game can go either way still, I think. Right, Sky Sports. Richard Morgan says the next 45 minutes could go a long way in deciding the title. Keane not impressed with Wan-Bissaka on Arsenal goal. Yeah, he's been playing well recently, but yeah, he could have done better for that. Got the 1 yellow card at the moment for Ben White. So he's got to be careful in the next half if he stays on. No bookings for us yet. So only the 1 booking. So Ben White, sub White on a booking is off for Tomiyasu. And we are back. So Chris, if you want to show your game, the game again in the call. Can't currently see it. Perfect. And I'm sure Boom will join us back in a second. So the one change, Ben White off, Tomiyasu on for Arsenal. No changes for United yet. Don't think it will be long though till we see a Giannacho for United. Arsenal kickoff.
And I am back.
To Ramsdale. Straight to Ramsdale. Perfect timing there. That half time went quite quick actually.
It usually does, especially in these type of matches.
Yeah.
I see Chris cannot stand Raheem. I mean, he does come out with a lot of nonsense sometimes about like that's your job and stuff, but I love him for the comedic aspect.
Wan-Bissaka's getting a bit of stick for his involvement in that goal.
And he was at fault for it. Like, his positioning wasn't... He was not looking at Nketiah whatsoever. He was looking at the goal itself.
Yeah.
Which is the problem in that situation.
Ooh. Challenge Xhaka on Anthony there.
I is what Xhaka does best, to be fair. I see Arteta made the substitution that I said he probably should.
Yeah.
the Tomiyasu for a bit. Like, you don't want yellow card right back second half. It's just not.
No. Ooh. Zinchenko on the floor. I'm not really sure what happened. Yellow card to Anthony.
Bruno's trying to plead Anthony's innocence.
It was a joint effort.
Yeah. But Anthony is in.
2 cards now. So
Corner 2 United. Probably won't lead to anything because our corners. We don't score many corners. And you could see why. Doesn't it? Just go straight to Arsenal from the corner. Like I said, we don't score many corners, and
yeah.
we scored more this season than we have in the last one, but like it's still not exactly where you'd want it to be as a top 6 team. Your ability on corners. Martinelli on the ball, gives it to Zinchenko. He will cross it into Saka, but it gets cleared out.
Weird. Oh, Arsenal get the ball back. Martinelli took it out. That's okay. We'll continue. Arsenal still got the ball. United win it back.
It was actually Gabriel who got flattened there.
Ooh, Ramsdale very high there, but he collects the ball. Zinchenko. Wan-Bissaka sliding on his knees. Tomiyasu.
Is it to Saka? Saka will cut into the middle. Gives it to Granit. Granit gives it to Martinelli. Martinelli will probably try a cross here. And he does. But it gets defended by Varane. And now it's in Anthony's position. And Anthony does a terrible pass.
Yeah, passes it to Zinchenko, who clears the ball off.
Zinchenko falls over. Well, he wasn't expecting it.
Wan-Bissaka, Anthony,
Zinchenko again. Anthony loves the passes to Zinchenko. We discovered that.
Ramsdale playing very high.
Yeah, but it's a testament to what Arsenal are trying to do. Is that quick attack.
Yeah. Great defending.
We may need, in my opinion, to put the Fred on. We're starting to look, for me, now we're starting to look a bit shaky in the old midfield.
I agree.
It might call for the McTominay off for Fred, in my opinion. I need Fred's aggression.
You might take Anthony off, move Bruno to.
Yeah, well, we definitely need Fred's aggression at the moment.
Yeah, I think he'll take. Yeah, I reckon he takes.
Great defending from Martinez there to stop Granit Xhaka from an easy tapping.
Yeah, but he puts.
Really
I reckon he
good.
puts Bruno out wide, takes off Anthony.
But look at this, like Granit Xhaka, what a beautiful tackle by Martinez.
Yeah.
To stop that. He
Oh,
was going one-on-one with the keeper, but Martinez
he just doesn't care, does he?
just sits Granit Xhaka down and goes like, "Nah, you ain't scoring, Granit."
Party. Will he be having a party at the end of the game?
And
Oh.
it's a goal. Similar to Rashford kind of long shot from the first half. Saka just a wonderful goal, to be fair to him.
Yeah. My 2-2 still on. Still on for 2-2.
Saka just cuts in here and just shoots a
It's
rocket.
great shot.
It's very similar to the Rashford one, just nothing
Yeah.
any of the defense can do.
Yeah. I agree. 2 great goals.
The only one that would be annoyed at that is David, because as a keeper you want to be saving does, but it's a very hard one to save. But like he would be annoyed at himself for letting that in.
Saka scored against the last 3 games against United. Can we have an instant reply here?
Well, it's the second game in a row where an opposition against us have scored a worldly.
Hmm.
And the free kick midweek to that goal is just an absolute.
That was a beauty, wasn't it?
There's nothing you can say for or against that goal. It's just you ain't stopping it. And it comes after you just got to put it down to like the one that we could have stopped was the first goal, the equalizer from Nketiah.
Oh. Rashford trying to do everything.
Yeah.
Anthony.
It may need Garnacho. If I would sub off Anthony for Garnacho and just for the pace.
Yeah.
But yeah, United here with possession, trying to only to think of something Arsenal can just go back into their shape. Whereas United need to try and they try the long ball to Rashford. It's just not been working. I don't know why they keep trying it, but they do.
Gareth Southgate in attendance?
He usually always is at these type of games. Rashford looks a bit frustrated. Ball back, Weghorst to Bruno.
Yeah.
To Weghorst.
Of course.
Bruno, try to get a shot, but it goes out for the corner. We're going to see what happens from the corner.
Find big boy Weghorst.
Ericsson going to whip this in. Send it out. Martinez. It's actually the small man.
2-2.
The small
2-2.
man.
Martinez.
The big man, Jono. It was the tiny man.
My prediction is on for 2-2.
But Jono, you said get it to the tall man. We got it to the tiny man. Praise God. Who needs the tall man, Jono? What they don't expect is the tiny man to do something.
It's too small to play in the Premier League, though.
Exactly. No one ever expects the tiny man. Ramsdale gets it out, but the tiny man gets his head there. Gabriel can't hoot that out. No one ever expects a header from the smallest man on the pitch.
It's been one hell of a game.
And we are on Jono's prediction. If it stays like this, Jono's prediction is correct.
You can see the passion from both players. Oh, look, yeah, he's got a black eye.
Karate Kid.
Doesn't care. He's got a black eye. He just doesn't care.
the Karate Kid. But a kung fu header out of nowhere.
Yeah, you can see the passion, that rivalry. We haven't had that for years. It's good to have it back.
I mean, I liked when these games meant something between Arsenal and United. You know, 3 years they meant pretty much who was winning.
The first time it's probably meant something for about a long time.
Because these games used to mean title deciders.
Yeah.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. That's what I think when I look at Martinez with Redmond.
Control your anger, Arteta. You don't want to be sent off. Doesn't look happy.
I mean, he's never happy that when his side isn't winning.
No, it's 10-half.
This is the game at the moment. We finally have a player with a 7 rating, by the way, in the United side, and that is the tiny man. He's now on a 7.8. The tiny man at the moment is the highest rated player on the pitch, stats-wise. Martinez has pushed himself up into man of the match contention. McTominay tries to find Weghorst but can't. Marcus battling with Tomiyasu. There's quite the fight there between the two of them. But Arsenal get the ball back and they're on the sprint. But Wan-Bissaka with his stretchy legs. The ref is telling an Arsenal player to shut up. Zinchenko on the ball, gets to Martinelli. Martinelli in the box. Tries to get it to Odegaard, but a swing and a miss from the Arsenal captain. A chance for Arsenal there, but it just goes out. We'll see it here. Saka gets it to Nketiah, but Nketiah just gets closed out by the two United defenders. Varane and Martinez just close it out.
Question for the chat: who is the best Premier League centre-back partnership in the Prem? Let us know in the chat who you think.
We'll go your all-time and your current form. I want to know both your all-time best pairing and then your current form in the league.
None of Chelsea's 500 centre-backs. Chris.
But Terry was a good centre back, to be fair.
Yeah.
Capital leader legend, as they keep saying. Don't invite him to see the missus stuff. Corner whipped in and headed wide by the Arsenal centre back. Couldn't be my midget centre back. He doesn't head wide. Arteta, calm. Arteta, calm. You're gonna raise your blood pressure.
He's an angry man today, isn't he?
You're gonna raise your blood pressure, Arteta. It's not worth it. Calm down. The referees are terrible. They have been in every single game. Calm down. No point raising the blood pressure. You're not the only one that has to deal with a referee not giving you decisions that you want. Many other teams in this league have experienced this problem, Arteta. Calm. give out after the game. And get yourself suspended for a few weeks by calling the ref names after the game, man. Not before the game. Not jury. Calm down. Still very much in this game, Arteta.
Does someone want to check up on Sky Bet what the odds for Arteta to be sent off?
I mean, he could still very much win. They could still very much win. Oh, that ghost is a bit angry.
Again, I wouldn't make that man angry.
I know. Oh, Fred's coming on. Fred's about to come on. He's getting his instructions from.
So
Ten
another
Hag.
person who can be very violent if he's angry.
Exactly. We expect a fight to break out, so we're bringing in the backup fighters, and then they're ready for a bit of a scrap.
Football Nation does not condone betting women.
Listen, that will all change if we ever get sponsored. I don't condone it until they pay me. That's my attitude. That's my attitude.
Zinchenko, Gabriel.
Xhaka. He's also a man you don't want to pick a fight with. Xhaka. He's likely to.
Yeah.
He's a man likely to throw some hands. It'd be interesting to see a Weghorst granite fight. Who would win? Who would win that? It's two men that are very that you wouldn't want to come across. We should do football or WWE. We should make some matches.
What about Chris Wood versus Weghorst?
Oh. I'm saying we really got to do some WWE. We'll get the league together. We'll during the off season we'll set up a WWE match for the players.
Or maybe that can just be on the next Misfix card. I'm sure KSI could sort it out.
What does it happen? It's Martinez with the chair from out of nowhere. Just like that. When goes fighting, just Martinez comes in with the chair. Martinez with the chair.
Oh, Rooney wants to get involved with Misfits, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He challenged KSI, didn't he?
It's the substitute it's a substitute that you taught, Jono. Fred on for Anthony with Bruno probably moving to the wing temporarily. Sub you expected. But because of that yellow card in this game getting a bit angry at the moment, you don't want Anthony with his yellow card to get involved in the anger. Them do a nice early bat.
Fred's hair looking very good.
Indeed. Pasture Fred, as people like to call him online. Oh, Ramsdale once again playing like Manuel Neuer. I think you got tips from Manuel Neuer before playing this game. I'm convinced he might have got tips from Manuel Neuer.
let us know in the comments of this video what other watch-alongs of games coming up in the next month or so would you like us to do watch-alongs for. We are going to try and get some more done. They are fun.
And we plan to definitely do the Champions League nights because they'll be interesting because there's some very good Champions League ties.
And Europa League, and maybe some Conference League. Who knows?
Because we got games coming up like PSG, Bayern Munich,
Manchester United, Barcelona in the Europa League.
and Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Both teams very not where they want to be at this current point, but Liverpool and Real Madrid. So I think that's going to be
I don't know,
interesting.
Liverpool have been quite impressive in the Champions League this year.
Yeah, but
They've
I'm
been
talking about like both of their league forms. They've not
Yeah.
been where they want to be in the league.
I don't know. Real Madrid aren't that far off.
Yeah, no, but they would want to be at the top. They're not in the
No.
right mindset recently in games to where they want to be. League table wise, they're fine, but like where they want to. Would you take the scores as they are right now, Jonah?
I said 2-2, didn't I?
I mean,
So, yeah.
and we still have at least 15 minutes of the game to go, so anything can happen.
I kind of think there's going to be another goal, though.
Yeah,
I'm not
like
sure.
I said,
what way.
anything can happen. At this point, it's very much like it was at 0-0, 1-1, and now 2-2. It could go either way.
It's a very important game for the rest of the season, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Free kick gone to United's way.
Who is that?
Oh, Arsenal's new centre back.
Ah.
I was confused too when they zoomed in on them. Until it popped up there. Arsenal's new centre back. They've signed. Well, Trossard's warming up. We can confirm that we may be seeing Trossard soon. It's happening a little junk.
What do you think of that signing? Obviously, had worries about his attitude at Brighton.
I question the attitude, but he is a decent player, to be fair. He can create chances and score goals. We have seen that for Brighton before the issues happened.
Yeah. Do you think his head?
Interested to see if he's in.
Do you think his attitude? Do you think his attitude changed because his head was turned?
Possibly by Spurs at the time, because that's where he wanted to go before Arsenal came in for him.
And then Arsenal came in, and I think you would be stupid to go to Spurs over Arsenal at the moment.
Exactly.
Spurs
themselves are trying to get Zaniolo from Roma since Jose doesn't like him anymore.
And Brighton are.
Mm.
I'd be so. Imagine if you go to Brighton over Spurs.
Yeah, but the fact is, Spurs are only trying to do a loan deal with a buy option, whereas Jose wants him permanently gone. He doesn't want any.
Yeah,
loans.
I think Brighton are trying to do it permanently. Imagine
Yeah.
if he goes to Brighton as a replacement for Trossard. What a signing!
Yep.
If you go to Brighton, he's got more chance of getting European football. And go to Spurs. Go play at the Amex, mate. It's a lovely stadium.
It's a nice place, to be fair. Nice football they play.
Mm.
You'd be playing
Lovely
boring
stadium.
football with Conte.
Till the summer, and then you won't be playing football for Conte at all. You'll be the next rejected Chelsea manager, so it'll be Tuchel.
You think they just bring up like who got sacked from? It's a bit weird to me that.
Or Potter might have been sacked by that time, and then they can get him.
You see, it's a bit interesting to me there. Do you see with the warm up that both like 3 United subs are warming up with the 2 Arsenal? This is a bit weird to me looking at that. That to me just seems a little off, you know.
They cost.
Rashford gets tackled just.
What's the score, Mr. Straight Edge? It's 2-2 at the moment. Very good game so far.
Worldies from both teams. For one of the goals on either side was a worldie of a shot that none of the keepers were saving. Both from Rashford with the first goal for United and Saka for the second goal for Arsenal. Both worldies. Like, there's nothing either team could have done about those 2 goals. The other goal scorers was from a set piece. Eddie Nketiah made it 1-1 in the first half. And the tiny man Martinez scored in the second half.
No, Straight Edge, the cameras aren't wrong because we're both United fans.
That's just the game. The game's down there. The Arsenal versus Manchester United. But yeah, we had like
unless I do that.
But yeah, we had John when we had a set piece for the United going for the equalizer. John was like, get it to the very tall man, but we got it to the very tiny man, and he scored to make it 2-2. Well, White got carded, so you're not getting points from that, man.
Yeah, he got subbed off at halftime.
He got subbed off because he's on a yellow card, so you kind of lost points on him. I'm sorry about White didn't. Rashford will give you points because he scored a worldie, so you've got that going for you. Odegaard has not really been able to do anything as of yet. There's still time for him to do something, but he has not really gotten any points other than the starting of the game points of just 2.
That's 11 in 10 now for Rashford, isn't it?
Nketiah's good also. Yeah, he's been very. We were talking about the beginning. He's not.
No, that's
people doubted Nketiah.
No, it's 10 goals in 11 now.
Yeah, we were talking at the beginning about people that doubted Nketiah coming into it, but he's done all right for himself.
We're literally talking about that, and then a minute later he scored. Not even a minute; it was like 30 seconds. So he's been all right, isn't he? 30 seconds score. 30 seconds later he scored.
Exactly. It's unfortunate timing with the set piece. Jono was the one that mentioned like Nketiah has been pretty good for them. Yeah, but Haaland back at getting the FPL points. He was a fraud the last few weeks, and I called him a fraud on our FPL show.
He's my
he's my captain, so at least he's done. He's not a fraud this week.
My captain. He's my captain as well because I'm not changed.
I won't be calling Haaland a fraud this week. Reminds me, I'm gonna have to find someone new to call a fraud this week. The agenda changes every week.
I'm going Arsenal.
No, it's like who's winning the fantasy league. I can tell you that if you really want. I'll get it up now. It's the man with the letters and numbers into his name. I know that much.
Oh, GG. Is it still GG? He was
GG,
top, wasn't he?
He has been beaten this week.
Okay.
Lucas is now top with his Ake and Selfish team.
I don't know who that
He's
is.
overtaken. we have an overtaker in the league.
Yeah, he was top for ages, but he's dropped off now.
Oh, it's because he has Mr. Lucas has Mitoma in his team. That's where his points to take over came from.
Fair enough. Do we think my original prediction at the start of 2-2 is going to be right, or do we think there's going to be a winner here? Trossard is about to come on.
Yep, for Martinelli. Shaughnessy has actually taken third place, so Summer has been knocked off third place at the fourth.
Huh?
Shaughnessy has jumped into the mix here.
Remember, the winner will get a print from FM Hub at the end of the season of your choice. The winner of our fantasy league, our partners at the FM Hub. Make sure you check them out.
Yeah, but it's really a battle between like the top of that league are like very close to each other points wise.
How is the team doing? Kind of just fallen into an update. I should have played the trailer. It just kind of just happened.
Well, I'm currently in 10th. You're in 26th, Jonah. Gomez in 29th because he doesn't change. And
it's embarrassing. I'm close to Gormy. Gormy richly hasn't changed anything.
exactly.
What? How is Gary Miller and Gary Miller because he's got 2?
They are well down. I'll tell you that much. And they're below you in 27th and 28th. You're just ahead of them, so you're fine with that one. Luke Shaw got bucket there.
Clear that. Oh.
David De Gea had to be alert on the post there. It was a good effort from. It's a good set piece from Arsenal from the free kick, whipped in, kind of scrambled it a bit there. Varane didn't see that Nketiah was behind him and accidentally hoofed it to Nketiah. So David De Gea had to be alert there, and he was.
I love how Martinez just doesn't care. He's got a black eye. He's got a band on. he just doesn't care. He just gives me Village vibes. He just doesn't care.
He's a Karate Kid. I told you this already.
Arsenal on the attack here again. We win ball back, but then Arsenal have the throw in. Giannaccio is warming up. Arsenal. Wan-Bissaka with the clearance. Corner, Arsenal. Trossard with his first corner for Arsenal.
Giving a lot of corners away, I will say that.
I was looking at his numbers and they're actually really similar to Martinelli's. Trossard's.
Yeah. That's probably why they picked him. They wanted someone that could replace when it's not going well. Nketiah and Martinez not being the best of friends. Because Nketiah kind of grabbed the arm of David.
What? What was that? Why?
David had his 2 hands on the ball. He didn't play it, but Nketiah was like, just drop the ball, buddy. Drop the ball.
I don't understand why he did that.
He just kind of just body checked David for no reason. I mean, it's one way to try and win the ball back when the keeper has it. Just grab his hand to get him to drop it.
That was funny. Eriksen with the miss. Make sure with the corner.
The last time we got it to the little man. We should just keep trying to find Martinez on these corners. It worked once. Forget trying to get it to the tall man, Gianna. We should just get it to the tiny man each time. No one expects the tiny man.
We need to do my idea now and bring Harry Maguire on and put both of him, Harry Maguire and Weghorst in the box for a corner.
I think we need to trust the tiny man. It'll confuse them so much. We'll just keep putting Martinez on the back post of corners. Like, why are you putting the tiny one on corners? You'll see. You will see. That's how we'll score from corners. We'll just confuse them so much of why we're putting a tiny person on said corner.
Go on. Oh, I really
It's a bad
want
pass. It's a
Weghorst.
bad pass from McTominay, to be fair.
I really want a Weghorst goal.
But you're not going to get it with passing like that. It was just a bad pass.
He's holding up the ball quite well, though.
Yeah. Fred's done pretty well since he's come on. What you kind of expect from Fred?
I think the second half is kind of been quite equal. You want a stats update? You want to do a stats update? Saka. No, Nketiah.
Nketiah scores. In the 89th minute, it was coming. There's been a lot of like back and forth. It's
It's been a good game. It's not over yet. Come on, make it 3-3.
VAR are going to be checking this. We'll see if anything comes of it. I don't think it was offside, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be given. I think Wan-Bissaka's leg plays Nketiah onside.
Yeah.
And it's been awarded. I expected it. Like it looked like he was onside by the leg of Wan-Bissaka. It's one of the game like I said to you earlier, John, on this half when it went 2-2, either side could win it.
Yeah.
It happens. We've not done enough when we've gone equalized to have anything. The final sub is Garnacho on Favren.
One final chance, maybe? No, cleared. Arsenal with a last-minute change.
Yeah, it's Odegaard off for holding. Is that final change? We'll see if there's any late drama, but I very much doubt it at this late stage. Arsenal will have the identity to hold out.
Been one hell of a game, though.
Yeah, the result matters more than the game in these kind of things. 3 points is all that matters, and now it's looking very much like it's going to Arsenal to extend their lead at the top.
Yeah.
And even though we don't see it, it has ended 3-2, so nothing's going to be happening, Jonah. What is your man of the match, Jonah, overall? For both teams.
It's a hard one. You go first.
I have asked you, Jonah, so you go first.
I'm going to go Saka.
He did really good, but I have to give it to Nketiah.
Yeah. Yeah, Nketiah's got it.
United perspective, it was Martinez, but yep, that'll.
Yep.
Chris,
Yeah.
I agree. That's what I said. Nketiah was the difference today.
Yeah, it's a good game.
A good game, but 3 points is all that matters, and that goes to Arsenal. And I have no idea why I see on my timeline some Liverpool fans trying to big up. You also lost by the scoreline to Arsenal. So I have no idea why the Liverpool fans all the way down there are trying to do this as some big celebration.
Yeah, just look after 10th, Liverpool. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Watch along. Thanks for watching. A lot more of these to come. Make sure you check out the podcast. Make sure you check out Halftime Analysts on Tuesday. The new show with Chris and Boom. And we have been the Football Nation, your home of all things football. And we will see you Thursday night. Good night.